Netflix's latest international thriller takes a while to find its footing, but a committed performance by Anna Castillo keeps it afloat. Nowhere, the latest international Netflix thriller, takes a bit too long to find itself, and struggles with tone. But a committed performance by Anna Castillo keeps it from drifting off to the horizon. After a clunky prologue that chooses to place this refugee crisis in a dystopian future where women and children are being caged and murdered, instead of just actual refugee hotspots around the world in the 2020s, Nowhere becomes a single-setting, single-character survival story. Here's where the movie almost works consistently, centering a woman who will do whatever it takes to keep herself and newborn baby alive. There are some disappointing choices in the film's directing, but Castillo's performance should make a lot of those easy to overlook for anyone who stumbles upon this one in their streaming algorithm. Castillo plays Mia, the very pregnant partner of Nico, Tamar Novas. Fleeing a totalitarian country, they decide to board a ship in the hopes of finding a better life. However, the ship is attacked by pirates, and Mia is forced to hide in a shipping container. She is thrown overboard during a storm, and wakes up trapped inside the container with no way out. Mia must now use all of her strength and determination to survive, not only for herself but for her unborn child. She faces many challenges, including thirst, hunger, and the threat of drowning. She also has to contend with the emotional toll of being trapped in such a confined space. Castillo gives a powerful and nuanced performance as Mia. She conveys the character's strength, resilience, and vulnerability with great skill. She is also able to make the audience care deeply about Mia and her journey. Unfortunately, the film is not without its flaws. The directing is sometimes heavy-handed, and the dialogue can be cliched at times. Additionally, the dystopian prologue feels unnecessary and out of place. However, despite its flaws, Nowhere is a worthwhile watch for fans of survival thrillers. Castillo's performance is alone worth the price of admission. Now, this is a survival story. Castillo plays Mia, the very pregnant partner of Nico, Tamar Novas. We meet the couple already on the run from a country in a violent crisis. They hide from dogs and helicopter spotlights in a cargo yard before entering one of the shipping containers, bound for freedom. Of course, the journey doesn't go well, and the couple ends up split up into two separate containers. Nico goes off to what looks like it will be a violent end while Mia is stuck with a bunch of strangers before their vessel is captured by soldiers, and, well, everyone but Mia ends up murdered. Before you know it, Mia is adrift in the ocean with few supplies and no way to get home. And then she goes into labor. Nowhere is at its best when it's at its most deliberate. Mia trying to pry open the roof, figuring out how to fish, etc. These easily relatable beats fit the most basic of survival tale tenets, allowing us to ask ourselves how we would act in the same situation. Could we figure out how to survive for an unknown amount of time in the middle of nowhere? Would we just cry and wait for death? The added dynamic of a newborn child shifts the stakes from a traditional survivor's story. Mia isn't just trying to keep herself alive. She's fighting for her baby. A fact made more poignant that she already lost a child before all of this drama started. Is Mia's journey too over the top? Too much to believe? Maybe. But it's also a testament to Castillo's performance that she keeps us invested in Mia. Even when things get darkest, she conveys Mia's strength, determination, and love for her child with such raw emotion that it's impossible not to root for her. Nowhere is a flawed film, but it's also an impressive one. It's a survival story that's both thrilling and heartbreaking, and it's all thanks to Castillo's performance. Director Albert Pinto gets everything from Castillo, an actress who first seems a bit overly mannered. It's really just the bad dialogue of the opening scenes, but settles in nicely after she gives birth and becomes a force of survival instinct. The suspension of disbelief for a movie like this gets a nice elevation from the maternal hook. We've all heard those stories about mothers lifting cars to save their children. Castillo sells the idea that giving up isn't an option more for her child than herself.